Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue, I'm Eric, and today we are playing Theme Park Would You Rather. I have 10 difficult questions, and the best part is, you get to vote on your choices. Before we begin our game, please subscribe to the channel for more coaster content. Now for the rules of this game. I will have 10 fairly difficult Would You Rather questions, all related to theme parks and roller coasters. I think many people can go either way on these. I will give my thoughts and reasoning, and my choice for each question. However, I wanted to make sure you could make your choice too. So I have created a Google form, the link to it is in the description and the pinned comments, and you will be able to vote on your choices. As you do that, I will be explaining my reasoning for each choice, and at the end of the poll, you'll be able to see all of the thoughts that other people gave, the percentages for all of them. Now, I do not have the actual question names or options in the form, so you do have to watch the video to see what the questions are. I know it's sneaky and all, but I just kinda wanted everybody to be able to hear at least some of my thoughts on each question, as these are very interesting, tough questions, and I want to make sure I can get my opinions to as many viewers as I can. I also want to thank Dawg Coasters for giving me this idea. His Would You Rather shorts are actually what got me into the idea. Now let's get to question 1. Question 1 is, would you rather, option A, never ride your favorite roller coaster again? Or option B, never ride your second and third favorite coaster ever again? So this means either you never ride your favorite again, or you're never able to ride your second and third total. So for me, that is either never riding Steel Vengeance again, or never riding Fury 325 and Millennium Force again. This is a tough one for me. I love Steel Vengeance much more than the other two. However, to miss both of those rides forever would be really sad. I love both of them, I have a lot of fun on them, so I really don't think I can give up both Fury and Millennium Force. And that is why I will be saying I would rather never ride my favorite roller coaster again. Option A. On to question 2. Would you rather, option A, ride Sky Rush with clamshell restraints, like the ones on B&M Hypers or Fury 325, or option B, ride Fury 325 with Sky Rush restraints? So either would I rather ride an intense coaster with really good restraints, or an awesome Airtime coaster that has pretty bad restraints? I have not personally experienced Sky Rush before, so I don't really know what the restraints are. People who've been on both rides, Fury and Sky Rush, will have a better opinion on this one. And while I would love to ride Sky Rush, I think Fury looks better for my personal tastes. However, given that Fury has good airtime, I think the Sky Rush restraints could be really bad for that. So overall, it is close, but I will be saying I'd rather option A, ride Sky Rush with the good restraints. On to question 3. Would you rather, option A, ride the worst Vekoma SLC, or option B, ride the worst RCCA wooden coaster? Another pretty tough one. Basically choosing between the two worst coasters in the world. I don't know what the worst of each one is, but I can guess that it's going to be Coaster Express for RCCA and Blue Tornado at Gardaland for the SLC. And given my terrible experience with Flight Deck, I feel like it'd be really bad to ride an even worse SLC. But everything I hear about Coaster Express, I feel like it's gotta be worse. So I would rather, option A, ride the worst Vekoma SLC. Now for question 4. This one is going to be fun, as I think very few people have experienced anything from either. But would you rather, option A, ride every roller coaster in Japan, or option B, ride every roller coaster in China? I know much more about the Japanese lineup, and there are some great coasters there from what I hear. Ejinika, Takabisha, even some of the smaller and themed ones. I have been on one Japanese roller coaster actually, Thunder Dolphin at Tokyo Dome. However, the trip to Japan was not really for theme parks, and that was just a short stop that we did. So, I would love to get back to Japan and ride the great coasters there. However, China has a very interesting collection. Some mysterious ones that I don't know a whole lot about. Things like Wood Coaster, Coaster Through the Cloud, Starry Sky Ripper. There's a lot of interesting coasters there. And while I haven't been on any of those, I can't say for sure, I don't think they look quite as good as Japanese roller coasters overall. So overall, I will go with option A. Now for question 5. Would you rather, option A, have your least favorite wooden coaster RMC'd, or option B, have your home park get a new elite roller coaster? This one, I'm pretty much having both happen with Iron Gwazi. Gwazi was close to my least favorite wooden coaster. However, my current least favorite is Great American Scream Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia. Now, I really would love my home park to get an elite coaster, and it seems like it's going to. I think because my least favorite wooden coaster is harder for me to get to, even if the RMC is better than the elite coaster at my home park, I'd love for the park closest to me to have an awesome coaster I could just go to so many times and really enjoy it. So overall, my choice is option B. Now for question 6. This is going to be quite possibly the weirdest one, because there are so many ways to interpret it. Would you rather option A, have Steel Vengeance cloned at other Cedar Fair parks, or option B, have Velocicoaster cloned at other Universal parks? Cloning can be good for some. Maybe somebody wants to have Steel Vengeance or Velocicoaster at a park from the same chain that's closer to them. For example, if you live in Michigan near Michigan's Adventure, you would want to see Steel Vengeance maybe. However, I do not want either of these to be cloned. There are many rides I can tolerate being cloned, but I feel like the best of the best roller coasters should just stay as originals and not have duplicates. And this question does imply they would have the same theme, same name, same colors, all of that. Now, I do feel Velocicoaster is a more clonable ride as it's theming focused, and there's a lot of themed cloned rides. Just look at how many cloned roller coasters Disney has. And Steel Vengeance being cloned, I just can't even imagine that. It would just be too crazy for me. I just would not really like that. Even though there are Cedar Fair parks closer for some, I'm sure. For me, Cedar Point is about as easy to get to as you can get for where I live. So I will say, I would rather have Velocicoaster cloned to other parks, option B. Now, question 7. Would you rather option A, only get to go to amusement or theme parks in California, or option B, only get to go to amusement or theme parks in Florida? If you live in neither state, this may be a challenging question. They have similar lineups, where I feel California definitely has the edge for the roller coasters, but in terms of the theming aspects, I think Florida parks are better. But I live in Florida. I've experienced most Florida parks, and I like some of them quite a bit, but I'd love to experience the parks of California more. In Florida, there are some amazing theme parks. I love Busch Gardens Tampa and Islands of Adventure, and even Legoland Florida is really great. But I never really got that into the Disney parks. I haven't been to them in a while, but I just never loved them that much. And I feel that Universal Studios Florida isn't an amazing park overall. And I just feel that Disneyland looks much better than the Disney World parks. I think Universal Hollywood looks like an improvement over Universal Studios Florida, though not Islands of Adventure. And I think the thrill aspects really add to it. I would really love to go to more California parks because I've only been to Magic Mountain and Knott's. So I'm definitely going with option A on this one. But for some of you, it may be more tough. Question 8. Would you rather, option A, spend a full day at a really small theme park? I'm talking one roller coaster, flat rides, an arcade, that kind of thing. Or option B, spend only 1 hour at your favorite theme park. This will vary for many because, for me, my favorite park is Cedar Point. And in most cases, especially if you don't get Fastlane, 1 hour will not get you too much at Cedar Point. If you choose the hour really strategically, it can be really good. But I feel like spending a lot of time just kind of enjoying a small park might be a little better, even if the park is really minor and just has one roller coaster and a little bit of stuff. And I'm not factoring price into this question, by the way. So while I love Cedar Point a lot, I think spending just a full day at any place is better than 1 hour. I know it's often quality over quantity, but in this case, 1 hour just does not seem like quite enough to cut it. So I will be going with option A. Question number 9. Would you rather give every roller coaster the paint job you like the most? That's option A. Or option B. Give every roller coaster the station music you want it to have most. So this can vary for every single coaster. I'm not saying you have to make every coaster blue and give every single roller coaster Space Mountains audio. It can be different for everyone. For me, the majority of coasters will be painted blue, with also purples and some green ones. There's a lot of colors I like, but blue and purple are my favorite ones. And nearly every roller coaster would get the Millennium Force station music for me. This would annoy some, I know, but this is based on my personal preference. And I think the majority of roller coasters right now have very nice paint jobs and look really nice, and I don't need to change that for a whole lot. However, many coasters lack good station music, and many lack station music, period. So giving them all the Millennium Force station music for me, except for maybe the highly themed ones that are not futuristic, is exactly what I would want to do. So for me, this is an easy option B. Now for the final question, number 10. Would you rather, option A, ride the 100 most painful roller coasters in the world? This is not subjective, this is based on objective how much pain it can really deal out. Or option B, ride your most dangerous Planet Coaster / RCT3 / Ultimate Coaster / Roblox coaster project. What do I mean by this? Any video game where you've made a roller coaster, I'm sure you've made something deadly or dangerous. Would you rather ride that or the 100 most painful roller coasters in the real world? For me, my most dangerous projects that I've created would either be instant death or a really slow, sustained pain that ends with death. I've made bobsleds that invert because of how crazy they are. I've made plenty of roller coasters that launch you into the sky. We've all done this. For me, it's a choice between 100 painful rides or one ride that just kills you. I don't think the 100 most painful roller coasters can be bad enough that I would rather ride a roller coaster that blows up. So my choice is going to be option A. Ride the 100 most painful roller coasters in the world. And that is all of the questions. Thank you for watching. Submit your poll when you are done, and take a look at the results. I'm curious to see how you feel about some of these questions. I think many of them are actually pretty close. I bet there will be a few that are really close to 50-50 even. And with that out of the way, comment your thoughts if you wish to. Let me know if I should do more Would You Rather questions, as these were very fun to make. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.